Good morning, guys. Before we begin online live, can you all who was watching on online live quickly confirm if you can see the class audible, visible? We have around 10 students watching online live. Can you just put in the chat yes or a thumbs up on Google Meet? Okay, perfect. So any issues, let me know. So we'll begin, guys. Welcome to CA Inter. The agenda for the day is going to be threefold. First, we'll have a small introduction to law. Then we'll sit and see a few of class. Okay, introduction to rules. Basically, all the questions that you'll have, how the class will go on for the next few months, especially my classes, what you have to do, what I have to do, all of that. Then lastly, I'll give syllabus breakup. And post this, we will have some time that's when I will start on the subject. So the first 1 hour, 15 minutes is going to go away in understanding the background for everybody. Okay. Before I even begin anything, I want to know, why do we have this paper called corporate laws in CA Inter? Or why do we have, forget law, corporate laws? Why do we have law? And I want the class to be interactive, both online live and offline here. I'll explain all that a little later, but why do we have law? Why? Anybody? To do things correctly. Why you will not be able to do it by yourself if law is not there? Okay, as a force you have to do it. Then anybody else? Why? Ensure uniformity. Okay, to do it correctly, then to ensure uniformity. Then anything else? To keep things in an order. So let's take all these points and take an example. Assume now we are in the year 1900. We are all in the year 1900. Okay, we are not in 2023. We are all gone back to the year 1900. Now in 1900, how many vehicles do you have on the road? How many vehicles, guys? Or 1800. How many vehicles do we have on the road? Can you find one even in the main road or whichever location you are from? Can you find vehicles? No, we don't have two-wheelers. We don't have three-wheeler engine vehicles. We don't have cars. What do we have? Some bullock carts here and there. Maybe some tractor or some tram railway. Very limited, correct? So that time, did we have traffic signals? Did we have zebra crossing? Did we have speed limit? No. Why? Because it is not required, and because not required meaning we needed all this only when you had what? Vehicles. So as time kept going, vehicles kept increasing and increasing and increasing. Earlier days, we didn't have to moderate the movement on the roads because we didn't have vehicles. For people walking, I don't have to keep red light, zebra crossing. But as vehicles kept increasing and increasing, especially post-independence, when vehicles kept increasing, there are many vehicles on the road. What is bound to happen? If I am a very honest person, I will follow rules. Everybody is not the same, and there will be multiple vehicles. And what will happen, guys? There will be traffic jam, accident, all that. That means there is a problem because vehicles are increasing on the road. So to tackle this problem, what we had? We need to create some rules. And that rules was Law for Traffic, which was called Motor Vehicles Act. Motor Vehicles Act was passed, which talks about speed limits near school, hospital, zebra crossing, have speed breakers, all of that. You know that better than me, correct? That means we have a law whenever we have a problem. Let's take another example to understand this. Let's take another example. Yes, yourself. Blue shirt. Name. Consider name. Navneet. I'll write now. Okay. So Navneet, or let's say who here is interested in the future. Sir, I want to start a business. I want to become like Elon Musk. I want to be a business person, entrepreneur. Any entrepreneur here? Future vision. Sorry, Navneet, we will have to change the example. Your name? Sorry? Jnaneshwar. I'll write all short form and I'll full a little time. Jnaneshwar wants to start business. So assume now we went past in time. Now we're going to future. 2030 now, after 7 years, Jnaneshwar finished his CA, started working in a company, 2-3 years he's been working in a company. He has enough capital, first salary, he got good amount of salary, first job. After 2 years of working, he wants to start a business now. What business? Anything. Adum pannu avashyam illa, but what business? Business and food. Online live students, I will talk to you very soon about how we are going to interact, but I hope you're able to follow anything. You can unmute and talk, or you can put a type in the chat. Jnaneshwar wants to start a food business. What food business? The future is all about organic foods. That means we're going back to past. Our grandparents used to eat organic food only. Organic and let's say vegan food. Jnaneshwar wants to. So he is starting an organic and vegan business. Now, Jnaneshwar, when he wants to start business, what he needs? I can also do business, I need money. Correct? Everybody needs money. So what Jnaneshwar is doing, first thing is, he's a CA, correct? So he has to first start a body, he has to start an entity, correct? It can be a sole proprietor all by himself. The story, guys, we are not in a CA class. Sit back, relax, we are discussing a movie script. So he can start a sole proprietor, he can start a partnership, he can start company, then you all know foundation, LLP, then we see all that is there. He has to choose what he wants. What are you going to choose? LLP. He's choosing an LLP. Let's go with his option itself, LLP. Okay. I'm going with Jnaneshwar's thing, LLP he wants to start. So to start a business, first you have to start an LLP, correct? So once he starts an LLP, LLP is now formed. So to form an LLP, what he's going to do? He has to go to a CA or CS. He himself is a CA. Why will he go to somebody? He will incorporate, get that certificate, all of that. He will get the LLP. Then he needs money. He has his own money. He already has his own money, correct? Then his plan is not to start one branch in Mylapore, Chennai. He wants to go all India at a time, 100 branches, same day launch. He wants to get, let's say, future cricketer. Shubman Gill is the Indian captain in the future. He wants to get Shubman Gill in 2030 as promotion. So he wants to do in big scale. Small restaurant, why he is coming? He's going to do big scale. So he's going to go for a investment. He needs money from somebody. So he goes to all these venture capital firms, so investors, foreign investors who want to invest in organic business. So Jnaneshwar is saying, my own earnings and my own family is able to contribute 1 crore, but that's not enough. I need 50 crores to start all over India. Investor, let's say, Naren is saying, don't worry, I have 500 crores property in my house. Take 49 crores, together 50 crores. Naren has given investment to whom? Jnaneshwar. He has own money of 50 crores. Able to follow till here, guys. So he's got own money. Then once he started doing his business, he felt money was not enough for him. So he started borrowing money from various forms, you guys know as banks, then various forms of borrowing money. Banks, financial institutions, family, all of that. Even say debentures, have you heard of it? Debentures, then other forms of, have you heard of something called bank will collect money, deposits? So deposits, all of that he will borrow. No. Will somebody give money to Jnaneshwar just by looking at his face, or will they take security? Security. So any form of loan, if you are giving in life, you will tell, take the money, pa, but I need security. So I'll give a security, correct? So he got money, he started doing business. 1 year over. First year profit or loss? Any business will generally be, first year will be a loss because of heavy investment. So let's say first year was reasonable loss, expected only. Year 2, he started making some profits. Year 1 was loss. I'm just doing a free flow of writing, guys. Follow the story. Okay, I'm not going to draw the story and all. Fine. First year was loss, second year was reasonable profit. Now, year 1 loss. Should he pay? Now he has borrowed money from bank and all. debentures, all of that. Should he pay interest in year 1 and should he pay interest in year 2? Both years. First year can Dhyaneshwar say, sorry, I had a loss, I will pay next year. Will the bank allow? He has to pay the. Let's talk about tax. Few things what he is going to pay to others, because who helped him do the business? Bank by giving loan. Then government gave him facilities to do the business, good road, good safety, electricity. So he has to pay what? Tax. First year, will I pay tax when I have a loss? Morning also, I think you had income tax class. Will you pay tax in first year if there is a loss? On a fair statement, detailed rules I will take, but on a fair statement, no, need not pay. See, this tax on income. Income is not there, means I will not pay any tax. But second year, I will pay tax. And you heard of something called dividend in school? Dividend or foundation, everybody heard of dividend. Anybody first time hearing the term dividend? Anybody? Dividend means returning money to my shareholders. In our case, Jan will return money to whom? Naren. Investor gave money, give him his profit back in terms of dividend. Now, will I declare dividend in first year? If I have profit, I can give dividend. No profit, hence no dividend in the first year. Second year, we will give dividend. Correct? So, year 2, the year you have profits, interest, mandatory or optional? Income tax, mandatory or optional? Mandatory if you have profits. Dividend, mandatory or optional? Optional, whether I want to give dividend or not is my wish. Correct? Depends, profit is there. Then, proceeding the story, to do the entire business, can he do it by himself or he needs a team? Somebody for HR, somebody for finance, team, a big streamlined process, then he will oversee their work, correct? Are you doing the work? He will get reports, correct? So, he needs somebody to help him in management or administration, correct? So, coming back to Indian mentality, interest we have to pay whether there is profit or loss. Dividend is my choice, correct? So, Dhyan will pay if he wants to pay. But income tax has to be paid whenever I have profits. So if my profits are high, taxes high. But Indians generally, do we like to pay taxes? We don't like to pay taxes. So what Dhyan will do? Even though he has profits, he will so reduce the profits to pay reduced tax. Correct? Will government believe him? So what Dhyan is saying? No, you have to believe me. Books of accounts, P&L, balance sheet, cash book, sales book, I am preparing. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, neatly prepared. I drew with scale line also. It's very neat. Believe this, he's giving it to the government. Will government believe him? No. So, will government believe him? He's going early morning, 9 o'clock, office will start in government office. 8:30 is going, wearing formals, neatly tucked, nails cut, hair combed. He's going and standing over there. This is the financials he's giving. Will they believe him? So, will they believe him, guys? Yes or no? No. Why they won't believe? Because not everybody can be like Jan. It might not be true. So what government is saying, look, you prepared this. I want this to be verified by someone else. I want someone to verify this. Someone has to verify this. Someone has to audit. Are you able to follow, guys? Understanding? Here. So, what all key points we saw here, if you summarize, first Dhyan wanted to start a business, or also known as incorporate a business. Then he wanted money, own money or investor money. We call it as what? Shares, equity of the company, correct? Share capital, whether equity or preference. This is own money, investor money. Whenever you are getting money from investor, you have to request him to give or hit him and take the money. Request him. I will request him by giving an invitation. Please come, invite you to invest. That's called a prospectus. You have heard of these terms. Then he is also borrowing money. What are the various ways in which he is borrowing money? Debentures, banks, financial institutions. One more example is deposits. You need to create a security on all these borrowings. That security is called call it something called charge. I will explain when we get there. Then after doing all this, he has to manage his business, for which he needs what? A team to manage and administration of his business. Somebody, I told you, government has to get certified by somebody. Who is that somebody? Auditor has to certify so that everybody will believe that the numbers are correct. Income tax department or dividend investor will believe, okay, fine, you're doing correct business. And lastly, what the investor expects. Able to follow, guys. So this story is nothing but if anybody wants to do business, these are common things that they have to go through. Correct? In India, everybody is doing business, or no, only few are doing business. Everybody are doing business. If you're in a job, that means you're working in some business. Correct? That means every single entity, every single person earning income is part of a business. If you're an entrepreneur, either I started the business, or if you are working somewhere, you are part of a business. Correct? As an employee, so you're in job. So everybody has to follow carefully, guys. Incorporate a company. Then after incorporating, if he wants money, he has to issue prospectus to get what? Shares and also debentures. How many points over? Incorporation, prospectus, shares and debentures. Then banks and financial institutions also form of borrowing. Then deposits, charges. Then you should also take care of management and administration of business. Auditor has to come and audit. Dividend has to be. These are the 10 chapters we have in Companies Act, which covers 60 marks in your. These are the 10 chapters in Companies Act. Section number 1 to section 148 of your Companies Act talks about incorporation, section 1 till 2022. Share capital and debentures 23 to 42. Then what is it? Deposits, share capital and debentures is 43 to 72. Then 73 to 76 is deposits. 77 to 87 is charges chapter. And 87 to 122 is management administration. 123. Remember in our example, you wrote books of accounts. You have to maintain books of accounts. Books of accounts is 120. Management is till 88 till 122. Books of accounts, dividend is 123 to 127. Books of accounts is 128 till 138. Auditors 139 to 148. Nothing to worry. We will all learn section numbers in the class. This is our syllabus in Companies Act. Now, why did we do this? For you to understand, law is nothing but common sense put into paper. Now, let's get into, we have finished the first part of understanding what is law. Why do we have law? All of you clear? When there is a problem which is not, for example, let's say your name, Arvind. So Arvind is saying, my neighbors on top are creating trouble. They're pouring water and all down. It's troubling me when I'm leaving to class. He's pouring water. So Arvind is going and complaining in police station. It's a genuine problem for Arvind. Neighbors are troubling him. They're pouring water when he's leaving class in the morning. They're putting music in the night. He's not able to sleep. It's a genuine problem. He goes to police station. He's saying, put a new law. Neighbors should not trouble me. Otherwise, penalty. Will government do that? Why? Problem only, no. Why? Why? That problem, is it only for him, for everybody? Only for him. So when a problem is only for me, I don't see a law. When a problem is for everyone, it becomes a national problem or a common problem. That's when we get a law. To follow, guys. This is background for understanding why we have. Now, online live, I might be turning the other side of screen. It's because of students are seated this side. Tomorrow, what I will do, all of them will shift from here to here so that you can see me. Or I will change some camera position. I'll work on it today. I'll explain that later. So we are done with the background for the subject. So let's get to understand few rules of the class. Few things, few questions, Q&As. I want to understand the composition. Online live also participate. How many of you here are, I just want to understand what is it, the student composition. How many of you here are direct entry? And online. How many of you here are foundation route, CPT foundation? PPT foundation. Okay, fine. So we have foundation, all of that. How many of you are from CBSE background in school? CBSE. How many of you metric state? How many of you ICSI or other syllabus? Cambridge, new things like Cambridge syllabus, something trending now. Next. How many of you are writing both groups this planning to write? How many of you single group this November? Just for me to understand. Now, so we're going to discuss a few rules for the class just for me to get better perspective of everybody. First rule of running notes. I'll write it. Running notes, and I want you to follow this for all my classes. When I say all my classes, I'm going to take for you accounts, advanced accounts, and law. Each class I'll give rules in the beginning of that class. Running notes, when I say, I want you to keep writing a lot of running notes when I'm talking itself. For example, we'll be discussing a lot of concepts in class, lot of concepts. That time, going back to your foundation days, or let's say today's class beginning, I explained why we have law. You don't find that in any book. You have to take a lot of running notes. After 2-3 classes, you will get an idea about what running notes are. You are paying fees to attend class for some value addition. CA is course structured as a self-study course. Self-study course means what? You can study by yourself. You don't need classes. If you have parents or grandparents who did CA, go ask them. They will tell we didn't go to class. They studied on their own. But today that is difficult because of the volume of syllabus. That time the volume of syllabus was way different. So when you come to class, if you want to do self-study, you can pay 1,000 rupees in the market, buy one book and solve in your own house. That's enough. You come to class for learning what's not there in the book. You come to class to learn why something is there in the book. That's what we'll be focusing on, and I want to take a lot of running notes. Second, the class style, both accounts and law, I will be taking it using concept plus memory based. 80% of the time, or let's say 70% of the time, will be spent in ensuring that you understand the concept. And that is when you're going to start liking the subject. Meaning, I will not teach you what's in the book. I will teach you why something is there in the book, and you will improvise on that to follow this. Why do we have something in the but exam? Nowadays, if you see last 2 to 3 years, they're only asking questions based on good for us. But in exam, there is also another need to memorize things and go to exam because you have to reproduce section numbers or exam other things we will memorize, correct? So we will also do some memory techniques or memory activities in class to ensure that you all remember everything. And third rule will change for accounts class. When I come to accounts, I'll explain that. We call this a summary chart. So the biggest challenge when you interact with those who cleared in the very first attempt and those who cleared the rank, if you ask them, everybody tells one thing in common. Not something I'm saying. You go to YouTube and search for rank holder speech. It or 30 minutes, 40 minutes. There will be so many rank holders of last 20 years. You will find videos. If you have the time, if you go and watch, don't do it. Waste of time. But if you go do it now. Now, one thing they will narrow down to, or you watch one video for your satisfaction. Everybody tells one common point. Everybody studies for 9 months or 8 months or 7 months, day in and day out. Those who are writing both groups essentially are those who are foundation route, so you have more time. Those who are writing single group here is because you have office, so you don't have an option, you have to go for single group, others will become very hectic. So one thing they all do is everybody is going to study. Everybody is dedicated, you're going to study for 9 months. Now, cricket also everybody practices, correct? But it's about how you perform on the down. Here also it's about the exam 3 hours, meaning when you have 16 days of exam, when you go for the 8th exam, before the first exam, first 4 5 days, you go already study what? Accounts paper 1. So when you have middle 15 days and directly go for 8th paper, 15 days we are not touching the subject. There's a chance you forget a lot. And also if you take law, law is our paper 2, correct? Paper 1 is your accounts, and before accounts, at least 4 days you will study for accounts. So effectively 5 to 6 days you don't touch law and you come back to law. What I'm trying to say is, you have this 1.5 days time in your house between exams to revise the whole subject. The biggest challenge you are going to face in all the subjects, even foundation you would have seen, all the subjects biggest challenges that 1.5 days before exam, do I have adequate time to revise the whole syllabus once? But we will work in a way where you can revise the syllabus at least 3 times in those 1.5 days. How are we going to do that? Summary chart. I will give you all a book like this for law. Okay, I'll give it to you later. I'll explain that later. Then you will get for accounts. You will have study mat. You will buy other books. All that we'll get to that later. But day before exam, whichever book you're reading from, it's going to be hard to read everything. Let's say accounts, we will solve 500 sums. You can't solve all the 500 sums day before exam, correct? The day before exam, what's going to help you is summary chart, meaning I am not going to do this. You are going to do this under my guidance. For the first 2 to 3 chapters, I will tell you how to do this. I will tell you how to do this. Entire Companies Act, which runs for around 200 pages in the book, you will summarize in 30 pages. You will summarize in your own notebook in 30 pages. Are you able to follow, guys? It's called summary notes, or we will call it summary notes, other words, which I will explain and I'll tell you how to do it. I can give you a challenge. I think we have about 35 students here in offline and about 10, 15 online, some recording all put together. We have 50 students. Might be offensive on the very first day, might be rude on the first day. I can guarantee you, first week, all the 50 will do this. I've seen this for multiple batches. I can give a guarantee. Recently, we had a crash course. Even there in 10 days, I saw the same trend. End of the batch, we will finish law before May. The idea is before May 15th or May ending, a deadline is there. We will finish full group 1. So around from May mid onwards, we will start group 2 and finish by August 31st. We will be done with both. So by May, by the time law gets over, I can guarantee you that not more than 5 students would have prepared this. Prove me wrong. I will be more than happy. What is 5 by 50? Percentage. What's the ICA pass percentage? I'm not saying anything, guys. I'm just giving you some facts. I'm not trying to be rude or put you down, but this is all the difference for all your subjects. I will be happy if this number instead of 5 is 20 out of 50. I will be happy. If this number is 50 out of 50, I'll be more than happy. But it will be 50 out of 50. That's the problem. 3 rules, guys. Rule number 1, running notes. Rule number 2, concept 10, memory. And rule number 3, summary notes. I want you all to follow. Few unsaid rules, which I want you guys to again follow. Which I want you guys to follow is, I want the class to be interactive. And I will make it interactive. You're all going to shout loudly. Next class, we have to disturb the other class. That's our agenda. I want you all to be extremely loud and interactive in the class. I will make you read and write a lot. You will write things 5 times. I'll ask question. You don't tell the answer, 5 times you'll write in the class. Then only class will proceed. You might think, sir, what is the stupid technique, sir? When we do the technique, when we do it for 2 days, you will feel the difference. And I will explain that time why I'm doing it. Doesn't make sense, no? It has to be very interactive. The class will be in English only. But if you have doubts, you can ask me doubts. I can explain doubts to you in Tamil very well. I can explain doubts to you in Telugu also. But please don't ask me doubts in Hindi or other languages. If I have somebody here who knows Hindi, So if anybody online live wants to ask me doubts in Hindi, we have a translator here. I can also understand. I will try to explain to you, but no problem. Hindi doubts are also welcome. Those who are watching recording, but just if you're comfortable, I'm also making an effort to learn Hindi. Not next to 2-3 years, but I'm finding it hard. School also 10 years. Second language was Hindi. That time also it was my last score, but now also it's difficult for me. No worries. So these are the few things in class. So how we will start is we will learn the concepts, then straight away go solving sums in that thing. Along with concepts, we will also mug up. Now, like mug up means and memory techniques. We will do it differently. Next question what students ask me is, sir, your handwriting is very bad. By now you already realized. Yes, my handwriting is the worst among the 8 faculties or worst among all the faculties. Before online class, I used to use a board. When we do get to accounts, not a problem because entire 200 marks of accounts, we have sums like partnership, amalgamation, consolidation. I thought I'll give surprise tomorrow. I will not solve a single sum on the board. I'm not going to solve a single sum on the board, but we will solve all the 200 sums because I believe in one simple logic. In exam 3 hours, you look at the board and write. You write looking at the paper, correct? So when class, if I train you for 6 months of looking at the board and solving a sum, you get tuned to that. So every chapter, one sum, I will give you a structure, and subsequent sums, we will do it together, but I will not solve a single sum on the board. I don't need the board for accounts. We will see when we get to accounts class. I will show you when we get there. Might be different, but it's a method being used for more than 35 years. Not me, from my seniors, I've adopted it. It works brilliantly. It works brilliantly. You will see within 2 weeks of class. Okay. Handwriting not an issue because I use board only for concepts. If you are not comfortable, sir, I'm feeling like this, sir, looking at your handwriting, you will feel all right in 1 week. 1 week you will become fine. You will get used to it. Okay. I am not going to change the handwriting. You will get comfortable. Don't worry. Now, next thing. Yeah. Sir, should I remember section number? Foundation, I don't teach section numbers when I take law. Inter ICA says optional. Final, it becomes mandatory. But in our class, all of us will remember all the section numbers 1 to 148 without any effort in your house. We will learn it in the class only. You don't have to go home and do anything for section. We will learn in the class. Might look difficult, but I can give you a promise that by May or by whenever the chapter gets over, for example, first handout I gave you is dividend chapter. Whenever that particular chapter gets over, you will remember section. I can guarantee you, you don't have to remember section. I mean, you don't have to put an effort to remember section numbers in the house. You will remember for exam. We will see when we get there. Okay. Section numbers not an issue. Then case laws, we will cover in the class. Names optional. If you want to remember. This time I will not insist on it, but I will take all the case laws. Then how to write answer in laws or how to do presentation. As we go in the class, we will learn. I don't want to give everything. Able to follow, guys. Till here, anybody has any doubts? Even any doubts? Now, like I said, you will all be given a material like this. I've already printed 20 are ready, but I don't want to give to 20 students, not give to others. So first preference is courier. We have sent courier online live. You will get this book maximum by March 10th. For March 10th, everybody will get this law book. It's around 315 pages. It has everything. Once the book comes, I'll tell you how to use the book. Fine, guys. So don't worry about not having the book today. You will get it soon. Just 10 days. It's in the process of printing and binding and all of that. You will get a full law book. It is inspired by ICA only, but ICA material, but we have changed it for our classroom convenience. And I will also use the material in the class. Next thing, rules for online students. Last set of rules. Offline students can maybe relax a bit, or when you are watching online, because as time goes on, the strength will decrease and tell, sir, today I woke up at 7 o'clock only. I will watch the class from my house. So you can also follow. When I say online live and recording, I mean two people, online live and recording students. Now I'm talking to all online live students and recording. My class will be, at least my class is 3 subjects, will be equally important for both online students and offline students. First 1-2 days, of course, there will be technical issues. So this is wrong, that's wrong, but we'll fix it in 1-2 days. So online live and offline, equal interaction. So I have the chart here. Tomorrow I'll work to get the laptop somewhere here so I can see that. So I want you to interact with me in online live. Follow guys. Okay, online live, interact with me as much as possible. Whenever you have doubts, please ask me, put in the chat. Those who are watching it on YouTube, unfortunately, I don't have the chat option in YouTube because demo for 1 week. But those who are watching in Google Meet, you can unmute and talk. Everybody here can hear you. You can type in the chat. We can hear you. But we don't want to hear your parents. Don't unmute and keep it outside. Somebody shouting in the house, you slept off. That is difficult for me. I should manually go and unmute you. Some classes, some students will keep on unmute and they'll sleep off. Then the dog will be barking for 15 minutes. I will not know how to turn it off also sometimes here. All those things I don't want to face. So, this is for online live. Now come and now some few things for, this is for live. I finished the points for live. Keep it interactive. Now common for online live and recording. Those who are watching recording in online live. Now, I'm collecting from all of you 5,000 rupees in the middle of the batch and saying, come, let's go for a trip. We're all going to go for a school trip. Example, guys, trip la unume illa. Ooty. So we're going to go to Ooty, one trip. Just for example, visualize. Now I'm saying we're going to Ooty. I called you all today morning, 7 a.m. you report here, guys. Bus will come here. Bus only. We don't have budget to book flight and all. Coimbatore. Bus till Ooty. It's going to be long drive. We'll all enjoy and go. Example only, guys. Don't ask me. Don't ask Hari sir. Sir, Ooty. Now we're going to go to Ooty. So all of you came here, you packed luggage and came. I said, don't get more luggage, guys. 2 days now, so get one backpack. Enough. Backpack enough. Suitcase no. Backpack enough. No. So now you come here. We have only 1, 2, 4 ACs here. That day when you come, I made it 10 ACs. I took rent and kept 10 ACs. Then instead of projector, I replaced with 100-inch 2 TVs. Kept nice surround system speaker. You came here, I put Ooty video. Ooty video in HD, shot in drone camera. You can see in any angle, any place. AC is full cooling, let's say 10 degrees. You can't sit here without sweater. Very cold it is for you. Then I'm making Maggie also. I'll come and give you all Maggie in the cold climate. Eat the Maggie, guys. Then I'll say, how is Ooty? Thank you for the money. You sleep here. Tent, I'll put tent here. Night we will all sleep here in the class. Put a bonfire, not here. Down, kilo put fire put. We'll come back here. Now, is it equal to Ooty experience? Why? You need to go there and experience it. Correct? Same way for online live and recording students. You don't have a choice at the moment because of various reasons of travel, etc. You are watching it recording because of office, other reasons, and live. That's fine. But 3 things. To go to Ooty is the best, or create Ooty like same Ooty experience. If I show in projector is better, or if I put AC and give Maggie is little more better. Little more better having that Maggie. It gives not the feel of Ooty, but at least somewhere little above than just showing in projector. Those who are watching online live and recording, first thing, create the atmosphere. I want you to create the atmosphere as if you are in a class. How are we going to do that? It's going to be a mutual effort. Online live and recording, I'm talking. First thing, don't wake up and sit in shorts in the class. Shorts I'll put, sir. I'll put banyan and sit down in the class and watch the class, sir. Sir, I'm going to lie down on the bed and watch today. Can you lie down in the class here? Sir, na breakfast idli saapne class paaka pora. Can you do that here, guys? So you need to assume and tune your mind that you are in the class, because if you are in the class here, offline students have that advantage. Remember, online live and recording, you might do it today for your convenience, but you are competing not with your friends in offline, you're competing with people across India. So you need to create that atmosphere in the house. Here, everybody comes to take bath and brush your teeth. So somebody is not brushing your teeth, I will know soon. Somebody will complain, sir, you can smell where the sir. So you do that here in offline class. Online also, I want you all to sit as if you get ready for a class and sit down. Makes difference. When I work from home, especially COVID and all, first year I had no productivity because I used to wear shorts to sit on the bed and work. Then I learned. I started wearing formals in the house also. Then for online live classes, when I used to take in the COVID beginning, top I'll wear shirt, down I'll wear shorts. Then feedback used to come, sir, class on it's not like a regular class. Then I started wearing formals for online live class and I used to sit down. I felt the difference. When I create that atmosphere, it makes a difference. That is from your end. From my end, I will tell you what to do. But before we go there, on the online live students and recording students, recording whenever you're watching this later, together let's take a promise. Okay, I'll tell you what promise. Second rule for online live class, I will make students repeat and write a few things multiple times. Multiple times I'll make students repeat and write. Here, able to follow, guys, online live. You will repeat and I'll ask you, guys, have you all understood? Loudly you will say. Loudly, actually, they should hear. Online we are able to hear them, mildly we are able to hear them, guys. You can't hear them exactly. Yes, no, some vibration came. Online live, quickly, Google Meet. See, I know in the video I'm turning the other side. I should be like this, but I'm like this. Okay, I understand that. Only for today, I will fix it tomorrow. Yeah, everybody heard. Somebody call Aishwarya Ramesh heard that. You will hear these vibrations on and off. I will make them here repeat multiple times, but you can't hear them clearly. Here I will take care of the students. For online live and recording, I want you to repeat in your house loudly, even if class is not there. If you can't hear anybody also, I want you to repeat. The parents should come and ask, yaar kuda pesra class? Whom translate for non-Tamil students, with whom you are talking the class. How many of you here do not know Tamil? Online live recording, anybody? Presuming you all know Tamil? Don't know Tamil. See, very, very rarely, 0.1% of the class, only for jokes or something, I will translate in Tamil. But no subject, I will again repeat in English. It won't be an issue. So online live students, I want you guys to repeat in your house, even if nobody is there. You're sitting, I drew a box. This is the room. You are sitting here and watching the system. Nobody is there with you. You have to repeat, guys. You have to repeat in your house loudly. Okay. Able to follow online live. Tell yes loudly. I can't hear you guys, but you should tell me loudly. Online live, can you all hear me, guys? Yes. Okay. Now, next. Same thing applies for recording. Now, I'll make you all read and write a class multiple times. You will read and write. Able to hear me, guys? You will read and write multiple times. Here, offline students, when I make them write 3 times, 5 times in class, I can see. But online live students, I am not able to see you when you write. Live means I will ask you to turn your camera on, show the notes random. That's fine. But recording students, you'll have to send it to me on WhatsApp, or it's only a matter of trust here for recording students. Clear, guys? Now, so the 2 rules for online live is create the atmosphere and repeat when I say and write. Online live might not be comfortable with what this sir is blabbering. I will suggest you, for one full topic, do what I'm saying. For one full topic, do it how you want to study. Lie down on the bed and watch the class, or however you're going to do it. Compare your knowledge in those 2 topics after 10 days. So let's say in March 1 to 10, you're taking X number of topics. Not one class, one full topic, you follow the rules I've said. One full topic, don't follow the rules I've said. Even for offline, the rules. After 10 days, post March 20th, you see the energy or how you're able to recollect both these topics. So we'll have a promise from all the online live and recording, and even those students in offline, because tomorrow you might become online. So we will all promise, guys, come on, let's take a vote in class. I'm promising to you that we'll finish the syllabus on time. I'm promising to you that you will all remember section numbers. I will promise that I will teach you how to make summary notes. And I will promise that we will all score, take efforts to score 70+ in minimum in all the 3 subjects. Now, I want a promise from your side. So, everybody, guys, come on, put the hand up, put the hand up. Offline students and even online live, I can't see you, but hand straight like this, guys. Okay, promise. Okay. You know, recording students, you do it. Don't think it's awkward, but you have to hold like this. Okay, hold like this and tell, I promise. When I am watching the class, online live or recording, I will ensure I create the atmosphere of the class. Also, I will repeat and write multiple times whenever asked. Whenever I attend offline class, I will follow the rules of offline class. Common rules: 1, running note. 2. Understand the concept, then memorize. 3. I will make summary chart. So you have taken a promise, guys. Fine. If you break, you promise on whatever is close to you, on yourself. I will not tell all of that. You promise. But if you break the promise, the consequence is what? God is watching everything. So you have exams, you have results. So if you promise, do this consistently. Very simple. One of my favorite people and one of their favorite quotes, Dhoni always tells what, guys, in match presentation, I told in the first class also. What does he always tell? Focus on the process, result will automatically. The process is practice every day, applies for anything in life. We will do this, we'll promise and work on this every day consistently for next 6 to 8 months. Results, you don't have to worry. But when you break the promise, don't ask me, sir, why results didn't go in my favor. Okay. Now, with this, I have given the introduction about how our classes will go on for the next 6 months. Law, accounts and advanced accounts. Few rules specific to accounts. I will take it tomorrow or whenever we have next class. Now, when I am taking a class, it can be law or accounts. I will mix and take. So my classes, bring both the books in. Bring your law note, bring your accounts note. Nothing, sir, bag is paining, don't tell anything. Hardly you're going to have one notebook for law, one notebook for accounts, one textbook like this for law, one textbook like this for accounts. Whenever possible, like today is fully law, I will mention today will be law. The days when we have 7 to 1 class, for example, which day is it? Did you get the schedule? So in the next few days, one of the days will be 7 to 1, accounts and law. So you will carry both the books. I will mix and match here and there. Follow, guys. So we are done with the rules for law class. When the class started, I gave you a triple agenda. First is to understand why we have law. Second, to understand of class. Third is syllabus. Okay, so the first 1 hour usually goes off in this. We understood why we have law. I also gave you structure about how our class is going to go for the next 6 months. Any doubts still here, guys? Feel free to ask your doubts. Irrespective of how silly it is, ask me the doubt. I will answer. If you want me to repeat even 10 times, I will repeat. My record so far is 7 times. Okay. So if you want me to repeat multiple times also, I will repeat. Not an issue. I want everybody here to understand the concept and go home. You come to a class not because you paid fees, not because your parents forcing, you're already here. Make the best use of the time you're going to learn. You're going to enjoy the subject for the next 3-4 months till May. Any doubts still here, guys? Anybody? Online, live, offline, no doubts. Any doubts? Not the subject is start panla, what doubts? Online live, can somebody unmute and just tell a hi? Yes, sir, understood. I want to see if I'm able to hear you. Vaishali or Premlata, anybody, just unmute and talk. I want to see if I'm able to hear you. Just testing. Anybody talking in online live? Anybody, can you unmute and talk, guys? Okay, can I have Hariram? Hariram, can you unmute yourself? Tell a hi. Hi, sir. Not able to hear you here. Okay, fine. Hariram, can you talk again now? Just tell a hi. Yeah. 1 second, increasing the volume. Now can you tell a hi, Hari? Volume is alone a little low. Somebody else, Premlata, can you just tell us a hi? Premlata or Srinidhi, can you tell her hi? Hello, sir. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, Srinidhi. We are able to hear you. In the mic, okay, okay. Okay. Done, guys. Yeah, online live, I can hear you. No, I will not. My system is set down here. So whenever I look like this only, I can see your chart. So whenever you want me to stop in between, unmute and talk, I will be able to see you fully. And the chart is also. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So now let's get into the syllabus, writing down the syllabus. So what I want you to do in your notebook, I hope everybody has got a fresh notebook. Okay. One more rule I missed to tell. For all my classes, I want you all to bring one pen of your color of blue or black, your choice. Apart from that, additionally, you all should get a red pen. Ideally, if you can bring 3 pens, well and good, blue, black and red. Otherwise, one pen, blue or black of your choice, but red is mandatory. I want you all to get a red pen from the next class. Okay, mandatory in my class without a doubt. Okay, I will not let you inside tomorrow if I don't see a red pen. Then calculator, mandatory. Don't ask, don't borrow, don't use phone. Mandatory. Today I will exempt all these things. Tomorrow, calculator is mandatory. Calculator I'll give a few days time. Sir, I'm still yet to buy, sir. I'll give few days time, but mandatory to get a calculator. Somehow you get it. In class, I will give a gift of calculator, money. I will get the correct answer means I will give 100 rupees cash reward. All that will be there in the class. So if you are saying, sir, no, sir, I didn't buy calculator, win the cash reward. We have cash rewards up to 500 rupees. Some questions correct answer means 500 rupees I will give. Online live also will get it. Google Pay transfer. Recording, sorry recording students. So it's hard to give you because the answer solana, I will tell the answer later. You can fast forward and see and claim 500. So for you, it's offer is not eligible only for offline and online live students. We will keep using this cash rewards in multiple topics, multiple sums, accounts mainly and law also. So if you're saying no money to buy calculator, sir, no pocket money, wait for 1 month, get correct answers, collect that money and go buy a calculator. Or sometimes I'll gift a calculator itself. So if somebody got the gift, you take it from them. Bailment. Fine. Done, guys. Okay. So now we're going to go look on to the syllabus. Okay. Usually in a crash course, I don't give syllabus because everybody studies that, but regular, we will go in a slow paced manner. First to 2 class, I will go in a particular speed. Let me know if you're all comfortable with that speed. Then I will increase or decrease it with your feedback of majority. If one student tells, sir, it's very fast, I can't do anything. Majority, but feel free to tell me. So I will slow down at least in concept areas. Going to syllabus. So in your notebook now, I want you to leave the first 2 to 3 pages for index. Sir, why sir index? See, I want today is going to set how our class will go. Today conceptually you will learn limited for 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes, but we will learn a lot about how you have to be prepared for a class. Okay. Index. Sir, sir, index. Now study material I'm going to give you. It will have page numbers. How many of you have done this in class 12 exam or foundation? You want to take a concept, you know it's there in the book, but I don't know where it is. Like this, you will search for 1 minute and find it. How many of you have done that? Time is 1:25. 1:45 is the exam. 20 minutes left. You want to quickly revise a concept. Where will you search? If you maintain an index with chapters, page number, and you write the page number in your notebook, becomes much easier. Some notebooks already have page number printed. Well and good. Some is not having page number printed. No problem. We will split our notebook, law book, into 2 halves. Okay. So I'll tell you how it's going to work. Start after I tell you. Okay. First 2 to 3 pages, leave it for index. Nothing else. For accounts, we will leave the first 10 to 15 pages. I will get to accounts when we go to accounts, but now we are focusing on law. First 2 to 3 pages. Then you will start with your content, writing, concepts, all of that. The last 30 to 40 pages, reverse. Okay, last, you keep a marking. It's where you're going to write your summary notes. Okay, last 32 pages, you come from reverse in that. So until a point it won't meet. So you keep a cutoff over there. This is how you're going to structure your book. Nothing great, guys. Normal index. How to make index? Anybody has doubt? I will explain after the class. Okay. How to make index? You know, serial number, particulars, topic, basic, whatever you want to write. Then we'll start off with concepts. Your notes will mainly be running notes. Practice all of that because material is where you're going to study mainly. And then summary notes is the most important. Sir, what am I going to take home from class? Running notes and summary notes. Otherwise, you will forget the concept. Clear, guys? So start, guys, leave 2-3 pages for index. Then you go to starting over there. We will write the syllabus split into 2. We have to write a lot, but don't ask me, sir, why we are writing all this, but split into 2. Split into 2. Okay. Left hand side, corporate loss. Right hand side, other loss. Initially, I am writing on the board, but as we keep going, I will not be writing much. Left hand side, corporate law. Right hand side is what? Other loss. Now, corporate loss comes for around 60 to 70 marks in the exam. Other loss comes for 40 to 50 marks. 40 to 50 marks. Can corporate law come for 70 marks and other laws come for 50 marks? Can corporate come for 70, other laws 50? Yes, including choice. Total 120 marks, including choice. Okay. But I wrote 60 and 40 for 100 marks. Okay. Now, come down under corporate laws. What law are we discussing in corporate law? Only one law. Only one law will study. You all know that Companies Act 2013. The Companies Act 2013. Section 1 completed. Section 1 of law is over. Section 1 gives the title of the act. Companies Act is called what? Every law, the first section is the title, name. First, if somebody is born, I have to name them. Then only the next things. So first section, what is section 1, guys, of Companies Act loudly? Guys, I can't hear you. First one, Companies Act 2013. Able to follow, guys. So under this, we're going to write 10 chapters. So 10 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Like this, we'll go continuously. Let's write first one. Able to follow, guys. First, we will write down preliminary. Preliminary. Basically, what we studied in Foundation Companies Act. From Foundation, sir, I studied so much, sir. I had to pass and come. Maths and all, so much I studied, sir. Accounts, law. What is going to continue for the rest of my life, or at least for inter? What you studied in Foundation, Contract Act, we will apply the principles here in multiple places. And Companies Act, whatever you studied in Foundation is applicable in inter. Sir, I skipped, sir. Foundation, Companies Act and LLP Act, I skipped. I studied other things. No problem, we will learn it again here. We will spend some time and learn it again here. Second chapter is Corporation of a company. Basically, preliminary will be section 1 to section 2. Predominantly, few sections of definitions and basics, foundation. What is small company? What is associate company? What is one-person company? What is private company? In depth, not like how we learned in Foundation. Incorporation of companies, section 3 to section 22. Incorporation of companies, section 3 to section 22. Your name is Harirama. Aravind, lift your notebook. Straight up. Lift it. Not allowed in the class. Okay. it should be a long size rule notebook. Anybody long notebook? Lift it. Like that, normal long size notebook. Better? No. Especially law also you can manage. Accounts potana or some 10 page podu. Here guys. Reason I'm not saying it for my convenience. I'm just saying because you need to train yourself for how it will be in main exam. Preferably if you can buy books which is having the exact same size of exam notebook makes, there are some that has different size. You can buy that also in the shop. But it's fine. Incorporation of a company. Next, prospectus. What is prospectus starting guys? Section. Online live you should have told 23 now, and offline everybody should say because 22 ends that 23 to section 42, 23 to 42. This is chapter 3. Next, chapter 4. Share capital and debentures. Section 43 to section 72. And guys, I hope you're writing. Point 5, handwriting will be bad. Listen to me. Next, chapter 5 is deposits. Section 73, 76. 73 to 76. I'm giving you syllabus overview, guys. First day, take it lightly. Last 1 hour, we'll see concepts. Okay. Next, after deposits, charges, section 77 to 87. All these terms seems familiar or new? Just on the example when I started the class, you have an idea about what this chapter is going to be. I gave you one story for everything. 7. Management and administration. Management and administration, section 88 to 122. Management, all this left hand side, guys. Management administration 88 to 122. Next is dividend chapter. It's technically called declaration and payment of dividend. We will write it short. Dividend chapter, section 123, section 127. Of accounts, or sometimes they call it accounts of companies. Accounts of companies, section 128 to section 138. Technically, it's called accounts of companies, AOC. Accounts of companies. The technical last one, audit and auditors, what we are all studying for, 139 to 148. Last row, is my voice audible for you? Clear, guys? These are the 10 chapters of your Companies Act which we are going to study. If I go back up, group the first 3 chapters, you will get somewhere in the range of 18 to 21 marks. Next 3, actually this should be 18, just leave 18 marks. Next, this is 15 to 18, sorry, 15 to 18 marks. First 3 is, sorry guys, first one is 15 to 18. Second 3 is 18 to 21 marks, 18 to 21. Third, second, everything I'll write this side because online they can't see. First, yeah. So you split like this. Sorry, just extend the arrow mark a little bit. First to 4, just make it first to 4. Sorry about it. 15 to 18. 15 to 18. Next to 5, 6, 7 will be 18 to 21. 18 to 21. And last 3, 21 to 24 marks. Average, guys. Don't tell me. Don't ask me all of this, why it's like this. Just average. It may actually not much importance for you. Okay. Now, these 3 chapters, mandatory you will find in these 3 chapters, management administration and share capital. These chapters are the top 5 important chapters. You ask me, sir, what is top 5, sir, for me in exam? Share capital debentures, management and administration, dividend, books of accounts, auditors. Top 5. Exam, mandatory you will find it. Not relevant for us because we're going to study everything. If you take up a chapter like dividend, in the do you know structure of the question paper? Has it been told to you? First question compulsory, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who told you? Interstructure, you know. Okay, just to quickly summarize, I hope all of you know that you have 2 groups, 4 papers plus 4 papers. In law, if you have question 1, how many questions totally? Question 1, 2, question 6, question 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Any 4. Any one you can skip. Okay, we will see marks on later. But question 1 is mandatory or compulsory in every subject. Question 1, you have to write 20 marks. Compulsory. In that compulsory, in law, we will find more questions from these 3 chapters. Okay, able to follow, guys. When in companies law, we will find more from here. Okay. So with this, I have given you structure of corporate law. Let's go to other laws. I will again re-emphasize all this. End of the batch, middle, I will keep repeating again and again. Other laws. From other laws, I want you to split into 4 buckets or 4 subdivisions. When I say buckets, means 4 subpoints. Okay, 4 classifications, 4 buckets. And I want you all to be loud, guys. Everybody clear till here? Guys, not enough. All of you clear till here, guys? Anybody I see, if you see somebody, sir, this person next to me is not repeating, you report to me, you will get 20 rupees cash reward. That person will get punishment to write section numbers 10 times. Online live, I hope. Even I want to repeat online live. Yes, sir, don't look at my face, sir. Sir can't find out and all. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Be honest. Today itself, you made the promise. Don't break it today itself. Okay. So 4 subparts, write down. Indian, in other laws, where are we writing this? Under other laws, Indian Contract Act. Indian Contract Act, which year, guys? Good, you remember? Negotiable Instruments Act 1881. General Clauses Act 1897. Last one, Interpretation of Statutes. Interpretation of statutes. Okay. Indian Contract Act 1872, Negotiable Instrument Act 1881, General Clause Act 1897, Interpretation of Statutes. This comes for 3 to 6 marks. This comes for 3 to 6 marks. This comes for 6 to 10 marks. This will come for around 10 to 12 marks. Your sum. From the word Indian Contract Act, again we will subsplit into 3 more, or no space, sir, for me. Write one below the other. So no space means under Indian Contract Act, write one below the other. Otherwise, write 3 points. So quickly write down Indian Contract Act, Negotiable Instrument Act, General Clause Act, IOS, we call it Interpretation of Statutes. And under Indian Contract Act, 3 topics we have. Settlement and pledge, indemnity and guarantee, and last one is agency. Agency. That's it. This is our syllabus. In Indian Contract Act, in your main exam, out of these three, most times any two will be tested. Any two mostly. Rarely they will give questions. All the three. Which two, sir? We can never predict. Any two can come. Sometimes, rarely only, one will come. But we will learn everything. Anybody else copying? Quickly write it down. I'll give another 15-30. Till what time is your class today? 12:30 or 1? 12:30 only. Every day, not 1. Sundays we can extend, no? Now, with this, our introduction is done, guys. We have spent about 1 hour and 5-10 minutes. We will always start the class on time, subject to these technical issues. So suddenly current went, sir, Wi-Fi is go down and all. We will have those challenges, but bear with me. Those are not in my control or anybody's control. Power off, Wi-Fi off and all. We have to go ask the company. So those things are normal. That's called normal loss, costing you. So we are now getting into this. Finally, I always spend the first 1 hour, 1 hour, 15 minutes to put us all in the same mindset. All of us should be in the same mindset. I told in the foundation, I mean, in the orientation, if anybody came for orientation also, that day nothing subject, guys. The mindset was, just to repeat one important thing from orientation for those who missed it, online live and recording. Did you think you will fail in class 12 boards? Anybody here? Sir, I didn't think about 12th, sir, but 10th and doubt are pass avana illaya. Nobody, not even one student. Not even one student was doubtful that you will pass in 10th or 12th boards. In the board. Sorry? 10th you had doubt. 1 out of everybody. Corona batch, now leave it. Assume even if Corona is not there. You know, 10th you had. Anybody here, sir, 10th also missed it, 12th also missed because I think nobody is there like that. Somebody. No. CA Inter. November is everybody's attempt, either 1 or 2 groups. How many of you are scared that you may not pass? Fear. I'm scared. You can be honest. Nothing wrong, guys. You can be very honest. Even I was scared. I can at least see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here, nobody. Online live, few hands if you're racing. And online live and recording, yeah, I can see. Premlata has raised their hand. You have to raise your hand online live. You can see my hand, guys. Yeah. Like this, you have to raise. Okay, online live and recording, I want you to raise it. So why are you scared on the first day of the class? Some of you are scared even before you join CA course. It's because of the fear created, or the term we like. Hype is made means it's valued more. Vijay's new movie Leo is coming in October. Almost 6 months left. But from now itself, hype will come. Social media will keep posting. Only when we create that hype, people will go and watch. Correct? We want that in today's world. Somebody should create the hype. Otherwise, who will go watch first day movie? Correct? So, same thing. Among the 3 courses, you all chose. Why not CS or CMA? I also did finish my CS. I'm done with my CS and CA. 2 things. So I can talk about CS. Pardon, edit this. No. Why? Nothing, not to demean any course. Because the CA has what? When you asked everybody what they told you, என்ன பண்ணும் 10th CA பண்ணு but கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். It's an added statement. Do CA but it's going to be hard. Pass ஆறது கஷ்டம். Percentage 10%. The society believes that. Okay. But nobody tells you it's difficult only if you don't study. Or if they tell you in simple, I'm also I want to say for the past 5 years, I've been telling so many times that this year na gym I'm going to get fit. I'm telling multiple times. I'm telling my wife. Before marriage, I told my parents. I'll tell my friends in the year fit pora. Okay. Gym and all, I paid 2 times membership in the month of Jan for full year. Once back in the year 2015, I paid one time 15,000 rupees. And pre-COVID, once I paid 12,000 rupees once. Totally 24 months I paid. Then they saw me and gave free extension of 6 months also. So around 30 months I got gym membership I paid. 3 months kuda pola. Honestly, I never went even for 3 months. School I used to be sports captain, but I don't know, CA came into CA. The problem is not lifting weights. When you go to gym, lifting weights we can all do it easily once you do it every day. The problem is to wake up and go to gym. Is to go to gym. Today I'll finish class at 12:30. I'll go home, then eat lunch, start my other work. I have a startup, I have to work on my startup. If I can take effort, I can find time. But honestly, I didn't do it. The problem is not even today. I'll promising you. When you all come to final, guys, you might see me with 6-pack. அப்படிதான் நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன் foundation students 2018 இருந்து. Fine. Okay. So I've been telling the same thing. The problem with gym is what, guys? You have to show up. To go, if you go there every day to gym, no, we'll all get fit. Correct? Same thing here is the hype they create to see. The course is not difficult. Very easy. We will see in the class. We will all learn the concept. The problem is to show up to class every day. Daily, 6 months, 8 months, adhe value daily pannu. That is difficult. When someone tells you CA is hard, that thing. Because you need to spend so much time to cover so much. So enough of all the background, all this to put you all on the same base. Now we are finally starting with syllabus. I don't know what happened in morning class, if Rahul sir took syllabus or not. I'm sure he would have taken in a day. But here, I don't want to send you home without teaching you anything in subject. This introduction, all this only for the first class. Guys, I want you all to be loud and energy. Guys, I want energy. I can reflect the energy what I get from you. I am the mirror of you guys. So I want more energy from everybody here. More energy you give me, I can send more energy for online live and recording. So all of you with me, guys. So Companies Act totally has 470 sections. It has 27 chapters, 7 schedules. 7 schedules. Out of the 470 sections, how many we have, guys? 148 at CA internal. Out of 27 chapters, how many we have? So then you wrote no 10 points. Same chapter. For example, you have written chapter 2 incorporation. If you download the Bar Act also, chapter 2 will be incorporation. We will learn how to read the Bar Act now in class. And buy a Bar Act, well and good. 10 chapters is. You actually don't have to buy. We use institute material itself as Bar Act language. Out of 7 schedules, few schedules, few schedules are what, guys? We have a few schedules we will learn. Schedule 2, Schedule 1, Schedule 7. Clear, guys? Now, one among these chapters is a chapter called dividend, and one among these sections that 123 to 127 belongs to dividend, and we don't have schedules for dividend. We're going to start off with dividend. I hope all of you got the material. Online live soft copy. Online live also, I will send the soft copy of material today itself for full material, so you will have it. Book, you can expect to get the book around 10th, guys. Before 10th, I'm keeping 10th as safe side. Okay. Books are ready. There's one here. If you go to admin room, there'll be other 15, 20. But I don't want to give books for a few and not give books for a few. Only when I get enough count, all of you will get it. So you all got dividend handout. Take it and keep it in the bag. Take it and keep it in the bag. Just checking if you all received it. Keep it inside. I will tell you when to use it. Very good. Everybody kept it inside. I will take it out later. We will use that later. Now follow, guys. We are in the chapter of, before I go to dividend, all of you know what's an act? When an act, how is an act passed? A bill is proposed in parliament, quick things, which goes to Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, and president has to sign. So for anything to become law, GST, Rajya Sabha has to approve, Lok Sabha has to approve, president has to approve. Sir, how, sir, if they approve, how is it becoming law? Who chose them? You and me. We chose them, so they are representing us. Fine. Democracy. Act also has some rules. It has something called notifications, something called circulars and case laws. About this in detail, I will take it up in General Clause Act again. But for now, just to give you a background, Act is what is act and rules are what is passed in the parliament. Okay. Differentiation I will not tell you now. When we go there, I will see. Notification is what? The Ministry of Corporate Affairs or particular gives a few notifications here and there. Okay. Circulars is when you have doubts, you ask me doubts. I will give you the doubts. That's called a circular. And last is what? Case laws. You don't accept with the law. You are fighting, hey, what is this? I will not follow this. Then you go to the court. Solomon versus the case law. So we are learning the Act. Section 120 talks about the chapter of dividend. What will this chapter talk about? What will they talk about? How to give dividend. How? I am taking a rough profit. Can you look? Does it look like a P&L? Rough P&L. We have sales 200, purchase what? Let's say 100, gross profit 100. Rough, guys. Don't tell sir what you're drawing like this. Rough. Then salary and other expense. Let's say 70. Assume net profit is case 1. Net profit is dividend. Everybody knows the term dividend. Now, company, to give you example, company this year has declared a dividend of 0. This year declared a dividend of rupees 2 per share. Is dividend applicable in both the cases or which case? How many of you? Sir, whether company declares dividend or not, company means they have to follow Companies Act. So they have to follow. Of you. How many of you? Dividend is applicable only in the second case when dividend is 2 per share. How many of you? Sir, I don't know. Don't know means both hands. As always. Like this. Online live, you can see me. Don't know means both hands. Lift in your house. No harm in doing exercise. I'm standing and taking class. All class I will stand and take. I ideally wish to walk around, but I can't do that over here. So, how many of you don't know? Correct? Fine. Keep this question open-ended. We'll come back to it end of the chapter. Then I will not give you the answer. You will give me the. So if you look at the timeline of what happens for a company, financial year starts when? 1st April, let's say 23. Ends on 31st March. 31st March. I just want to check. Now, after this, what happens? On this day itself, is my balance sheet ready? 31st March, year over. That day, can I prepare P&L balance sheet and give it ready? It takes time to prepare P&L balance sheet. Sir, time. Reliance has how many subsidiaries? 100 plus subsidiaries, 1000 plus companies. I have to accumulate everything. P&L balance sheet will take time. How long can I give them time to prepare? How long, guys? 6 months? Hello, how long will they take? They have to prepare, check, and finalize. They have to sign. So it takes about 1 to 2 months. So we will give them 2 months. That means it goes until maximum. I can finish in 10 days also, but maximum till 31st May 24. Example, guys. Law is not mandating to, but practice. Once the company finalizes the books of accounts or prepares this, who has to certify that? Auditor has to certify. The auditor will come into picture only in the month of May, June, July. And let's say he's doing audit till 31st July. So on 31st, this is year end. On the day on which board of directors approve it, this is the day on which auditors give their report. They took some. And after all this, what happens in the last? I'll explain. We will again see this in a different standard. Then after audit gets over, I have to hand over all my financials to whom? Members of company. We will have a meeting. This is the rough timeline. Nothing to remember for exam. Just understand. That means once the year gets over, another 6 months is spent in finalizing the financials and making it public. Follow. So in this period, company will declare company has 3 people. company, shareholders, board of directors. Do you know all these three people, guys? Exposed to this in foundation. Hello? Anybody, sir? I don't know what is BOD, board of directors. So in simple, company is a separate legal entity. I am presuming you all know what separate legal entity is. Owned by whom, guys? Loudly, guys, I won't repeat. Owned by whom? Shareholders. And managed by whom? Managed by board of directors. So, dividend is given to whom? By whom? Company. It is declared by whom? Able to follow? Board of directors declare the dividend. Sir, why, sir, board should declare? Because they are only managing the company. They only know how much of profit is available. Are you able to follow, guys? Shareholders, then company will make the payment. Correct? Because company's money. Now, leave this example. Let's go to the example we all can connect with. I always use logic, common sense. Your father gave you, say, 5,000 rupees pocket money for the month of March, 1st March. Enjoy. How many of you will take it? Other parents, father, mother, somebody gave you. How many of you will take it? How many of you will say, you itself, keep it. I don't want the money. Keep it back with you. Pocket money dad is giving you. I don't want. How many of you will tell, hey, what is this 5,000? Give me 50,000 rupees. How many of you? How many of you will be like, 5,000 I don't want. 2,000 is enough. Oh, very simple. I had nobody raising hands for asking for more. Correct? Nobody raised the hand. I'm just going with your example. Nobody raised the hand for asking for more. Why? Not rational. Giving itself is a big thing. I can't ask for more. You are scared, all of that. Correct? Just one girl raised their hand for saying, or one or two raised the hand saying, I don't want. No, you keep it. I don't want. I'll take it later. But later you can't ask. It's not like you can ask whenever you want. When it's given, you can accept or. Some of them said, no need 5,000, give me. Lower the amount and give it. Correct? These three we had people raising the hands. But for asking for a higher amount of 50, nobody raised the hand. Same way, shareholders, when first when 5,000 is given, how many of you are going to take? How many will take the 5,000? Majority hands came for that. Shareholder can accept the dividend. Correct? Shareholder can also reject the dividend. Because company is offering, board of directors are declaring it. Shareholders can accept or reject. Can I ask for a lower amount? You can reduce also. No need 5,000, give me 2,000 rupees to follow. Can they ask for a higher amount? Same common sense, father, son, father, daughter, logic, parents, son, daughter. Okay. Father, mother, anybody, grandparents. I'm just giving an example. Grandparents here. So when you receive money, you can always accept, reject, or tell no need full amount, reduce it. But you can never ask for a higher amount. Unless it's husband-wife relationship. That's why I didn't take that. Able to follow, guys. Understanding. So in simple, to connect this with law, board of directors will recommend a dividend. Shareholders will approve the dividend. Are you able to follow, guys? They can approve. So what can shareholders do? They can either approve or can they approve, guys, loudly? Can they reject? Can they ask for a lower amount? Can they ask for a higher amount? Again, repeat. Shareholders can accept, reject, ask for lower amount, but they can't ask for higher amount. Able to follow, guys. Understanding. So now, company. So who's going now? For example, let's quickly summarize. Who's going to pay the dividend? Who's going to pay the dividend? Company will pay the dividend from company's money or director's money. Separating. Company will pay the money from company's money, company's profit. Correct? Who will declare or announce the dividend? Who will approve the dividend? The board of directors take the decision or recommend it per se. Company will make the payment. shareholders will receive the dividend. Understood till here? So we all understood now. Background for dividend. I will connect with the notes, but hold on, guys. How I told you story and we linked it, we're going to do it everywhere. So few questions. Why dividend? Where I will pay? How it's paid? If you answer this basic why and how questions, each chapter is over. So you have to understand why a company pays dividend, from where it will pay, how it is, basic questions. Why a company will pay dividend? After all this background, can I get an answer? Why? To, to attract shareholders, to satisfy shareholders. Online live can feel free to unmute and give the answer. So I'm giving you a unanimous permission, full blanket permission till the end of the classes. Whenever you want, unmute and talk. I can hear and I can respond back to you. So I'm getting answers. Whatever students hear they're talking, you can't hear them. That's why I'm repeating. So some saying to convince the shareholders, to please the shareholders, to attract more shareholders. Why? You got their money. Okay. You invest money in bank. How many of you have seen your parents or grandparents putting bank FD? Bank FD, or friends or relatives. So when you invest money somewhere, what do you expect? That's called what? Return. So when you invest something, you expect some value addition beyond what you invested. If you give me 1 lakh and if I tell you, take 1 lakh back after 1 year, I can keep it in my house itself. I have to give you something extra. Return. When you're investing in shares of a company, they expect a return. Return is what? Called as dividend. So we answered why. Examiner they won't ask because it's a school question. From where I will pay is section 120. What we're going to see now. Before I go into the section, company will pay dividends if it's loss making or profit making. Profit making. I'll give an example, then we'll connect with this. Now, your name? Giri. Giri finished CA. He is working in ITC as first job. ITC gives a salary of 2 lakhs per month. To get into that, he is earning 24 lakhs per annum. First job, is it possible? Yes. But first job means you have to pass in what attempt? First attempt. Or if you want to get that, same sir, no sir, I will pass slowly itself. Then first salary will be 6. Leave all that. Giri cleared everything. First 2 lakhs is his salary. First attempt in CA final. They don't care about inter. They care about inter. They don't care about phone. 2 lakhs per month, 24 lakhs per annum. Giri is getting. Now, Giri, what you will do with your first month salary? Freely you talk to me, guys. What you will do first? Sir, Goa trip. What expense? What are you going to do? Buy groceries. Before getting salary? So first month salary, different salary, see, groceries, furniture. Okay, he's buying furniture, then TV, buy some gifts and give to parents or friends or brothers, sisters. Okay. Celebrate. Friends will ask treat. 100% they will ask treat. You have to give treat. Star hotel, you have to take. Don't tell, I'll give treat in Subway and all. First month salary means you have to take to ITC Grand Chola, 20,000 rupees bill you have to spend. Okay. 2 lakhs salary means nothing. So first month, usually what we do, spend it fully. Celebrate, guys. 5 years you're working hard. 5 years you're working hard. It is okay to spend the first month salary the way you want it. Giri is saying, sir, follow mudla, sir. Flight போட்டு உடனே கோவா போயிடும். Next day I will be in Goa. Okay. Your wish, do what you want. Second month salary. Sir, first 2-3 months I'm going to spend it. Fine. All that hype is over. Parties over. Treat over. Gifts over. I bought myself one watch, Louis Vuitton specs, belt, everything is over. 3-4 months over. After that, what you will start doing? Start saving little. Correct? We all save as human tendency. We will start saving. Out of 2 lakhs, Giri, How much are you going to save? 50,000 is going to save 1.5 lakhs for all the expense of rent, electricity, house, all of that. Okay. Now, everybody has a savings, correct? So, just like that, if you take a company, when it has its net profit in the current year, they will also have in the balance sheet reserves, and you've seen that has something called general. Are you clear with that? So, general reserve, nothing but the savings of the every year company earns profit, which is called net profit, out of which they will spend the sum in the current year by in the form of giving dividend or other purposes. Balance will be transferred to my reserves as a saving. If Giri can do it, a company can also follow up. So, let's say tomorrow Giri has 2 lakhs salary, 1 year into the job, 1 year over. Now, 13th month of the job, he is getting 2 lakhs salary. This month, let's say it's December, or for example, December, you have planned a small trip for yourself. Full year I worked hard, sir. December came off. I want to go to Himalayas for trekking. We decide 10 days leave, office leave. 25th December till 1st Jan will be off in many year end break. They will call it year end break. Summer holidays, Mari. Okay. So 25th Jan, Giri will take leave on 24th itself. 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, first 9 days vacation. He's planning to go for a trek. The whole trek is costing you 1 lakh, Giri. December also they will pay you full salary. Will you pay for that money using your current salary, or you will take from savings? You will take, because the expense is big. But day-to-day expenses like buying toothpaste, today's lunch after class, I'm feeling hungry already. Lunch, okay. Or let's say I want to go and drink coffee, sir. That money will you take from savings or current month? Everybody, sir, New Year vardu, sir. Two dress I want to buy, one shirt I want to buy. You will take from current month salary or savings of current month salary. Same way when a company is paying dividend, they will pay now dividend. For a company, follow very carefully. This net profit is earned from April to March. Current year profit. The net profit for 12 months. Yes or no, guys? I want more energy. Introduction I was low, but now I want more energy, guys. Current year profits, correct? Assume is 2023. My savings will include profits from all my previous years. 2022, 2021, 2020 and whatever years, correct? Now, company is paying, loudly, I want you all to participate with me, guys. Loudly, guys, company is paying dividend from which year profits? I earned profit this year. I earned profit this year. Dividend is given as a return back to investors from. You're able to follow. I didn't give the answer. Because I am paying dividend this year, out of the profits earned in this year, it will be paid out of. Current year profits is not enough or not sufficient. When the amount to be paid is a big amount, then only you will go to your. Able to follow. 123 says dividend has to be paid 1 out of current year profits. Everything is there in the book. I will show you also. Don't worry, I will show the book. We will read. Current year profits. So dividend is paid out of current year profits and previous year. Don't worry about notes. Wait until that particular topic gets over. I will streamline it for you. I do not teach what's in the book for any of the topics. I'm sorry. I teach you only why it's there in the book. And I will help you derive. Running notes, common sense, logic is what we're going to focus on for all the classes. The Act says dividend has to be paid from current year profits or previous year profits. Can I pay as a combination of current and previous? Current year and previous year together. So that's saying combination of current year plus. Able to follow, guys. Done. Let's take Giri itself. All clear till here. Now Giri lost his job Jan 2027, example. Okay, this job. Or let's say COVID time, a lot of people lost jobs, correct? That means, do I have current year profits? That means I have to pay dividend only from. My question to you, I want you all to answer. Year 1, company declared a dividend of 25%. Year 2, company declared a dividend of 20%. Year 3, company declared a dividend of 23%. Year 4, COVID hit the company. Company is not having loss this year. How much dividend they will declare? Or assume the last 20 years, guys. Every year I'm declaring dividend, 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 dividend. COVID hit me in this year. No profits, so I don't have money. Will I declare dividend? Correct, because there's no profit this year. But as a company has an ego. Last 20 years I've been declaring dividend. This year also I will declare dividend. Satisfy my investor. Correct? No. So what the company will do? They will still declare dividend using the previous year profits. Are you understanding when I will use to follow? Now, let's take Giri's example. Follow. Now I'm giving you the structure. Next 5 minutes we'll get structure of the section. Giri lost his job. Assume Jan 2020. By the time he resigned the job, didn't lose job. He resigned. Let me go to new job. ITC I worked for 2 years. 24 lakhs into 48 lakhs is my salary. I saved half of it. 24 lakhs is in my bank account now. I want to go to a better job. Giri decided. He made a mistake. Instead of getting the new job and resigning here, first resign panda. Then only he's going for the new job. So, what Giri did in the job, Jan 2020, what Giri, March 2020, what happened? COVID hit us. He didn't get a new job. COVID came, no job now for Giri. But he was home, not much expense. He's using his salary. 24 lakhs dropped to, let's say, 20 lakhs after 2 months. And savings kept declining. Little fear came. Now after COVID wave 1, before wave 2 started, we had one small gap, correct? When everybody started going out, started exploring, we thought COVID was over, we all went out. That time, Giri was home for 1 full year. He thought, his friends told, come, let's go for a Goa trip. Will you go, Giri? No job in hand, but savings of 20 lakhs. Will you go or not? 1 year I am home, adhe same room in the vella pomudla, no job, mentally frustrated. Don't know when this COVID will get over. Your friends are saying, small trip for Goa only, 1 lakh per head. We will spend it and come back. You're also confident that you will get the job if COVID is over. Go or not? You will go. Some of them will not go, but majority will go for a small trip and come. Giri's friends are saying, we are going to stay in Taj Hotel. We are only going to go in cruise ship. Trip expense 15 lakhs. For 10 days, Goa. We are going to go to casino. We are going to do gambling. We are going to enjoy, guys, 10 days, how we see in movies. We are going to make a movie. 15 lakhs will you spend, Giri? No job, only 15 lakhs. Only 20 lakhs savings. Will you spend this? Anybody will spend this, guys, still. I'll get job. But some will do it. Some will actually do. They will start spending it fully, even if the money is not available. They will take loan and spend credit card. Now, you are all saying no because you're answering from conscious. But after going there, your friend will tell you, the Bangladesh is very good. Sometimes you will plan to spend only 1 lakh, or let's take Giri's example, he will plan to spend only 1 lakh in trip. But after going there, they will go to fancy restaurant, 1 pizza, 2,000 rupees. They will start paying, and you might spend 2 lakhs. So you might spend more. There is a chance that as an individual, you will spend more from your savings, correct? At situation demands. Take a company. What we are all going to see, follow carefully. From where the company will pay dividend, current year profits. Able to follow. If I have enough current year profit, otherwise I will pay from this year profits or a combo of both. If I don't have enough money this year, then only I'll use what? Now, when Giri is using his savings, will you use your savings the same way, with the same liberty you use it, how you use your current year salary, current month salary? No, correct? Savings will be what, guys? More. When I'm using my savings, I don't have current year profits. How will you spend? I will be more cautious, conservative, careful, diligent, correct? We as humans can take, but a company doesn't have brains. Only board is that means for company, the brain is the company's act. I will tell the company what to do and what not to do. Companies Act giving some rules saying whenever you want to use your savings, can I, if I am Giri, if my savings is 20 lakhs, I'm going to go for a trip today when I don't have a job. Can I spend 20 lakhs fully? Anybody agreeing with me? No. But if a company gives my full reserves is 20 lakhs, if I declare a dividend of 20 lakhs fully as a shareholder, will you accept or no? Shareholder will accept. Hey, I am getting the money. I told you, father is now calling you today home. Today I am feeling happy, very successful, got money. Take 5 lakhs, enjoy. What you will do? Take or say no need for 5 lakhs you keep. Your father is, after you go home today after class, I am very proud of you. First day you went to class and came. You pass inter. If you pass inter in first term, I will give you 5 lakhs check cash gift. How many of you will tell no need? No need. Assuming your father has 500 crores. Example. He is giving you 5 lakhs check. How many of you will say no? No. Now, so when father is giving you a big check, most of us will accept. Same way when company is giving 20 lakhs of dividend, shareholders will accept. Companies Act is saying, very sorry, if you want to use your previous year profit, you have to follow rules. How many rules, guys? Which section are we discussing now? 3 rules. 3. 123 rule 3. 123 rule 3 gives us 3 rules that we have to follow. If I am using what, guys? Previous year. So, sir, almost 2 hours over, sir, since we started class. For exam, what is relevant and what should I remember, sir? That alone you tell me, sir. Simple. Who will declare dividend? Board will recommend dividend. Who will approve it? Shareholders. Who will pay the dividend? Loudly, online live, loudly, guys, you made a promise, company will pay. Dividend will be paid out of current year profits or the profits or combination of both. We have a point 4 there, which I will come back to it later. I'll come back to it later. So current year, previous year, combination of both. Now, if I don't have money in current year, then only I will use my, more like my savings, but don't use the term savings exam. I will replace with what? Reserves and surplus. Free reserves is called technically savings. Savings is colloquial. I'll use a lot of simple terms for you to understand, but then connect with subject. So whenever you're going to use your savings, or when I'm going to use my reserves and surplus, technically free reserves, and I'm going to use, I have to follow 3 rules as per Companies Act rules. Able to follow. Now we're going to see all the 3 rules. We're going to remember also in class. Then I will show you the material. Let's go back to this example. Here one company declared 25% dividend. The rules, now there are 2 ways to teach. I can tell you what's there in the book. Read, memorize, let's solve. Second, you are going to frame what's, nobody has read the book. I'm only making logic, okay? Now, first year is 25%, second year is 20%, third year is 23%. Amazing, amazing, guys. Fourth year, company is having, they're paying only from savings. Company wants to declare a dividend rate of 42%. You allow? Why? It's out of savings. How much will you allow? Given this example, first year 20, second year 20, 25, 20, 23. This year how much will you allow? How many of you will say, this year only 5%, not more than 5%? Is it fair? Whole intention of me is what I have been doing last year, I want to do this year also. So can I say somewhere in the range of 20 to 25? 20 is my lower limit, 25 is my. If I say 26, it's not fair because I will say the past you never gave 20, 26. Why you want to give 20, 26? If the law tells you 18%, company will argue. 26, what? Who will argue? Companies Act will argue. You never paid 26, why you want to pay 26? If you pay 18%, company will argue, hey, my lowest stay 20, I am not given less than 20. That means what I should give in the range of. If I have to get 20 to 20, what will I call that? How to get 20 to put it in words. Basically, it's between 20 to 25. That means average of last 3 years. Wait, that is, we'll get to it later. We will take average of rule number 1 say take the average of last 3 years. What's the average in our example, guys? 20 plus 25 plus 23 divided by 3. Something around 22 point some percentage. Correct? So it's average. Able to follow. So rule 1 says when you want to pay dividend from savings, reserve and surplus, ensure the rate of dividend is not more than the average of last. Able to follow, guys. Now, this case, out of 20 lakhs of Giri's salary, savings, how much savings you all are okay with? 1 lakh. If he withdraws 5 lakhs, will you be okay? Withdraws 10 lakhs, 1 lakh, you're all fine, correct? 2 lakhs, okay, sometimes. 3 lakhs, no. 4 lakhs, I was able to see a tolerance of 2 lakhs, correct? 2 lakhs, you are all fine, correct? What is 2 lakhs of 20? 2 lakhs divided by 20 lakhs, 10%. That means, I didn't tell you, you just told me, out of my savings, I will be fine to an extent if I withdraw 10%. But more than 10%, it's itching. 10 itself is difficult, 1 to the, but 10% upper limit, correct? They are saying the amount you can take from your savings should not be more than, are you all able to follow, guys? Should not be more than 10%. So what's my savings? My savings is what, guys? 20 lakhs. No, for a company, no, come to a company. What savings for a company? Reserves and surplus, or we call in a balance sheet assets, liabilities, share capital, and reserves and surplus. Correct? Assets minus liabilities is equal to share capital and reserves. Follow? So, can I say share capital and reserves is my capital or my savings of the company? Saying you can withdraw maximum 10% of my savings or my money. 10% of my money is nothing but share capital plus. So rule number 2 says the maximum amount that I can withdraw is 10% of share capital plus free reserves. Are you all able to follow? Done, guys. So what is rule number 1, guys? Average of last. Rule number 2, withdraw maximum 10% of share capital and free reserves. Here. Now going to rule number 3. Common sense, guys. I can just write the rules on board. You can copy, but that's not the way you have to learn. Common sense. Rule number. At any point of time, Giri is still searching. COVID is still coming. Wave 2, he almost got job letter. Wave 2 came. So 20 lakhs of savings is declining. The more it declines, he will become scared of. Now it's at a point where it is only 5 lakhs left. Will you spend the full money? You will always keep one. What is it? How many of you have pocket money with you today? I'm not going to ask you how much. It can be 5 rupees, 10 rupees. All of you have some pocket money, cash, your wallet. Does your money in wallet become zero? Sir, zero, sir. But now, assuming you have 5 lakhs savings, will you make it zero? If you're running a family, you're the head of family. If your savings is only 5 lakhs like Giri, Will you make it 0, guys? Why? Why? I wanted to hear the term. You might always have an emergency, we never know. So always Giri will keep 1 to 2 lakhs as emergency fund. We never know. Suddenly anything is there, 1 lakh I will keep as emergency. We do it as humans. We always keep a minimum balance. Same way, when we are doing it, we are the ones who wrote the law. 100 years back, humans only wrote the Law of Companies Act. I will insist, company should also have emergency fund. They are saying the balance in reserves and surplus after I utilize my payment for dividend should not fall below 15% of paid up share capital and free reserves. Follow, guys. I will explain. In simple, my balance in reserves and surplus should be at least how much? More than or equal to 15% of paid up share capital. And are you able to follow? In simple, write like this. My balance in reserves and surplus should be at least 15% of paid up share capital and free reserves. Are you all able to follow, guys? Clear? All of you with me? Understanding? After paying dividend. After paying the dividend, balance in reserves. After paying balance, after paying dividend should be at least how much? 15% of paid up share capital and free reserves. There are some more small changes we have to do, but understand the structure here. So, in simple case, we will do a sum. Today, before you go, I'll make you do a sum so you understand. So, in simple, what the act is saying, pay out of current year profits or previous year profits or combination of both. Or if you are using previous year profits, they are saying the rules, 3 rules I have to follow. Average of last 10% of share capital and reserves, balance rule. Technically, since we use it so many days, for ease of understanding, we call these as different things. First rule is called what? Average rule. Act is not naming this. We are naming it for what? Our convenience. Can I use in exam? Yes, because study mat uses it. Second is what? I am taking it from my savings. What's that called? Starts with W. Withdrawal rule, or also known as I am using this money, usage rule. Some books use the term usage rule, some use the term withdrawal rule. Third one, what should be left after? Balance, minimum balance, bank account. If you have no minimum balance, you will put penalty, correct? If you have bank account. So third one is called balance rule. So 3 rules, guys: average rule, withdrawal rule, balance rule. Can I use these terms in the exam? Yes, you can use, but you have to write in detail what the rule is. So quickly, guys, sir, almost done, end of the class, sir. Exam, what should I remember, sir, from today's day? Very simple. Who will declare the dividend? Who will approve it? Who will pay the dividend? Online live, you can hear the vibration. So you have to repeat it loudly at your end. Recording, follow. Online live, follow, guys. I want equal importance for both. Now, dividend is paid out of current year profits, no current year, past year profits. I can also pay in a combination of both. That we will see later. If I am using my savings, Act is saying, come and read rule number 3 of Companies Act, which gives me how many rules, sir? So 123, 3. How many rules, sir? 3 rules. Able to follow, guys. 3 rules I have to follow. Rule number 1 is called average rule. This is rule 3. Average. Again, rule 3 level rule. 123, rule 3. How many rules? 3 rules. So simple. So rule 1 is what? Dividend paid, the percentage should not be more than average of last. Between 3. Next, withdrawal rule. Maximum I can withdraw from my savings or my reserves and surplus is 10% of my. I can withdraw 10% of my share capital and reserves and surplus. And last one, balance in my reserves and surplus should not fall below 15% of paid up share capital and free reserves after declaring dividend. Now, able to follow, guys. Now, I am giving an example. Follow. Company has rough balance sheet, guys. 1 lakh shares of 10 each, 10 lakhs. Then reserves and surplus, 5 lakhs. Okay. That's 5. Okay. Or let's say reserves and surplus 5 lakhs. Current year profit. This year I earned a profit of. So company is declaring a dividend of 10%. 10% dividend, guys. How much is the amount of dividend? How much, guys? 10 lakhs into 10% on face value we will do. Okay. How much I'm getting? 1 lakh. I have to pay how much? I will pay from current year profit. Correct? Able to follow? Now, company is having a current year loss. Current year loss. They want to declare. Again, how much, guys? 10%. What I will use? I have to follow my rule. Are you clear? Now, this question is where I want the correct answer. I hope you will give me the company has a current year profit 50,000. Current year profit. So they want to declare 10% dividend. They have to pay dividend of how much? What profits will I use? Current year plus my previous year. Will I use rules now? Will I use rules now? Yes or no? If I have to pay dividend of 1 lakh, I have to use my current year, and current year I have only 50,000. So previous year, I'm using my previous year. So should I use my rules? Follow rules. They follow rules, guys. You all able to follow. So whenever I'm touching my savings, rules will get activated. Now, a common myth is students will say, profit means no need rules, sir. Loss means I will use what? Rules. Is that correct? The term they use in the act is when profits are not adequate or not enough. See here, profit only for me, but is it enough to pay dividend? So when profits are not enough, I will follow what? I will use money from my reserves. So I will you follow my rules. Able to follow. We don't use the term not enough. Enough, it is not food. We use the term not adequate. Simple news. When profits are adequate, I will use current year plus previous year or combination of both. When profits are not adequate, I will use my profits from previous year. Therefore, when I touch previous year, I will go to my rules. Loudly with me, guys. Rule 1, average. Rule 2, withdrawal maximum of 10% of paid up share capital and reserves. Rule 3, balance should be at least 15% of pay. To follow, guys. Here now, last question, guys. You tell me. Okay. Current year loss 20,000 is my reserves and services, let's say 20 lakhs. Good reserves I have. After applying the percentage, let's say I am withdrawing from my reserves, for example, 2 lakhs. Okay. Now, follow carefully. Can I use this full 2 lakhs to pay dividend? Assuming rule 1 is satisfied, rule 3 also is satisfied. I am in rule 2, which says I can withdraw how much? 10%. Assuming I withdrew 10%. Can I pay full 2 lakhs dividend? Option 1. Option B, this 2 lakhs, whatever I am withdrawing, first set off this loss. And balance, how much is there? This only can be paid for dividend. Option 2. How many of you option 1? A, sir. I am always A. Nobody is my team. Online live. You can type A, B. You can unmute and talk. Guys, online, man, I am giving you full freedom in my class. My 3 classes, we will take 450 hours for you. I will be seeing my face. No option. You can unmute and you can talk. Okay. How many of you option B? How many of you I don't know? C. fine. It's okay to say I don't know in class, first class. Now, if I don't pay dividend, current year loss will be transferred to my reserves. Correct? That means this will become 19 lakh. Correct? That means my reserves means my savings means it's current year loss plus previous year savings put together. Correct? They are saying when you want to withdraw the money for paying dividend, first adjust what? Current year. Common sense. Law gives it, but it is common sense. Able to follow, guys. Okay. So now I will quickly show you there in this. Yeah, it's there here. The moment, guys, it's loading. I'm just trying to show you what we learned. I'll do the agenda for the rest of the classes. I will show you what we learned in the book. I'll give a small sum. We will solve and go. And let it load in the back end. So all of you clear, guys? You will get the same book, guys. Of course, you will write your name now on top over there. Go to, I'll give the index. I'll just show you how the book will. Yeah. Initially, we will have the 10 chapters preliminary is there. Your book starts only from the 30th page. Get it? The first 30 pages, what's there? I will talk about it later. Section numbers, summary notes, all of that will be not my summary notes, there's different summary notes, not everything. Then other laws will go until 2. Then we will also do question answers. More than 150 Q&As we will solve in the class. So here from 258 to 281, only questions are there, no answers. We will discuss that in the class. Okay. Then I have given some for about 50 pages. Past exam ICA question for you to see just how answers to be presented. And lastly, I would have framed 26 questions which I have framed by my own. We will solve that in the end. That and all May, guys. Let me go to dividend. Take some time. Okay, I think tomorrow I'll change the laptop. I got a new here also. I think it's already written. I'll just quickly paste that. Now you can take your material. Online live, everybody. All of you can take your material. What I will do is, I will teach you, then I will connect with the material. What is there here only I am teaching. Follow up. All of you will receive handout. Online live will receive the same soft copy I will send to you. Okay. I think there's a corner alone, there's some small cut, but it's fine. Now, so who will declare, who is recommending dividend? Board of directors, approved by whom? Shareholders. Next, does company have adequate profits? Yes or no? Adequate profits. Sources for declaration of dividend. 123 subsection 1. Profits of current year. Profits of any previous year. Both 1 and 2. Combination of 1 and 2. Fourth point, you will leave it. I will explain to you later. Then after there is no adequate profit, 3 rules. Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3. Rule 1, rule 2 and rule 3. Rule 1 is what? Average I have given here. Rule 2 is what? Should not exceed 10% of paid up share capital and reserves. Balance rule should be at least 15% of share capital only. I think I gave reserve and surplus. Just strike that. The balance should be 15% of paid up share capital. Balance in reserves and surplus should be 15% of paid up share capital. Okay. Now, can we read what's given here? Profits of the current financial year arrived at after provision of depreciation. Or he is saying profits of previous financial year arrived at after providing for depreciation in accordance with schedule 2. That means he is saying when I am paying dividend, before paying dividend, he is saying reduce, before paying dividend, reduce what? Depreciation. And anyway, I will do no. P&L account, gross profit minus all expense, profit I will pay. Correct? He is trying to say, even if I have loss, I will use money from what? Reserves and surplus. Even if I use my reserves and surplus, he is saying what? Reduce what? Have you all understood the question? He is trying to say, anyway, current year profits means I will reduce what? Depreciation. He is trying to tell us, if I am going to use my reserves and surplus, I should still reduce what? Why? This I will give you as a homework. Correct answer tomorrow will get 100 rupees from. Use StudyMat for finding the answer. Use Google to find the answer, except my previous batch video. So if your question, if I find net loss 200, bracket, assume net loss is 200 in brackets. Assume my depreciation. That means my net loss includes depreciation. When I'm using my reserves and surplus, assume I'm withdrawing 220 from reserves. They are saying first you adjust losses, specifically ensure you adjust depreciation. You reduce depreciation, and or I'll give you another example to understand. He's saying this 220 should be reduced with what? 200 and mandatorily reduce what? Depreciation. That anyway we will do. What she's telling, sir, when I reduce my net loss, not depreciation included. No. Correct. But why is my act using? They can directly say net loss. But act is specifically using, this is act wordings, depreciation, remaining undistributed, as saying why. But I want you to think and tell me the answer tomorrow, 100 rupees for correct answer. Honestly, I give it, guys. But you should be honest. Don't see my previous batch videos. Be there on YouTube. Anga you should not search, because there I have given the answer. Not search that on your own. I want you to get the thinking ability. As we keep going, to learn why something is clear, guys. So now quickly let's solve one sum. Sum will take less than 5 minutes. That's it. So quickly to revise, guys, 123 is not over. Still half an hour discussion only tomorrow. But base is over. Quickly. Dividend is paid out of current year or previous year or combination of both. If I don't have adequate profits, I will pay from my reserves. Previous reserves. 3 rules. Rule 1, average. Balance rule. Let me dictate the question for you. Write down, guys. Since you don't have the material, I'll just quickly dictate. I'll write the question. We will solve this sum. So let me write down. Example, I'm borrowing from one of the books only. Paid up share capital, 200 lakhs. Accumulated reserves, that means reserves and surplus, free reserves, 240 lakhs. Current year loss, 30 lakhs. Previous 3 years dividend, year 1, year 2, year 3, 9%, 10%, 12%. Number of shares company has, 20 lakh shares into rupees 10 per share. ₹20 lakh shares into 10%. All of you clear, guys? This is the question, guys. I am asking you, how much dividend can this company declare? Current year loss, yes sir, bracket la podla. Loss use panna bracket podum. You don't need to put bracket. So that means they have to use rules. I want you to apply all the 3 rules and find out amount of dividend. Give me the answers. Apply the 3 rules. Online live also. Rule 1, rule 2, rule 3. Simple, I'll give you all 4 minutes time and I will solve in the last 2 minutes. 3 to 4 minutes time. Try it on your own, guys. It's okay to make 100 mistakes in class, but I want you to try it out. Make mistake in class, absolutely fine, guys. I enjoy that. Then, guys, online live, you have of them. Rule 1 says, maybe I will show you rule 1 to understand better. Rule 1 says maximum rate is how much, guys? Average of last 3 years. So 9 plus 10 plus 12 divided by how much? 10.33% will be paid on a share capital of 200 lakhs. Correct? That is the face value. This is the face value. Correct, guys? 20 lakhs into 10. So what is 200 lakhs? 10.33 lakh 66,000 is the amount of dividend I will pay using what rule? Rule 1, average rule. But I have to check for rule 2 and 3. This is rule 1. So now try, guys. Try rule. I hope all of you got this in rule 1. Now similarly, try rule 2 and rule 3. Question is on the board. Try rule 2 and rule 3. Anybody answer? Feel free to give me the answers. Sir, what is the maximum dividend company? What's the maximum, guys? 20? 20 lakhs is rule 1. Everybody understood rule 1 now? Anybody has doubt in rule 1? Can I take up rule 2? So look at rule 2. What is rule 2 telling me, guys? Remember, maximum I can withdraw is 10% of paid up share capital and free reserves together. Correct? So what is my paid up share capital in question? 200. Reserves is how much? 240. So paid up share capital plus free reserves is 200 plus 240, which is 440. I can withdraw maximum 10% of this. Correct? So how much I'm getting? 44 lakhs. Beautiful. But what I told you, after withdrawing, first I have to adjust my current year loss because it's loss of current year. Correct? So what is my current year loss? 30 lakhs. That means how much I have left? If I can, that means the dividend I can pay is only how much? 14 lakhs. I can withdraw 14 lakhs means I can only give how much? Giri can only withdraw 1 lakh from 20 lakhs. He can spend how much? That means 1 lakh only in trip. 1 lakh money over, that means no food. You able to follow? So here, as per rule 2, the act is saying, sorry boss, you can withdraw only. Rule 1 is saying what? 20 lakh 66. Which one to follow? Rule 1 is saying 20.66. Rule 2 is saying 14. Which one you will follow? Which one? I don't like whichever is lower. Logic I want. Saying come home by 10 p.m. max. Mother is saying, it's okay, come at 11:30 also, I'm fine. What you will do? 11:30. Father is saying come home at 10 and he strictly went. Mother is saying, you come whenever you want. What you will do? 10 o'clock you will be home. Why? Because father has an eye on you. Correct? Simple. If there are rules, should I satisfy? Our class we started off with 3 rules. Sir, I will satisfy rule 1, sir. 2, 3 exempt or all 3 rules. That means I have to satisfy all the rules. Which number if I pick here, I will satisfy both rules. If I pay dividend of 14 lakhs, I am satisfying rule 1 and rule 2. Correct? Because 14 is within 20.66. That means at this stage of my problem, I will pay only 14 lakhs. Quickly let me do rule 3. So I will complete this sum. Yes. Why don't we adjust with the, here we are talking about percentage. Based on percentage, how much I can pay. That loss adjustment only we are dealing in second rule. It's not, basically it's not each rule independently. We are doing it together to give you guidance. Look at third rule now. Okay. So what is rule 3 saying? This question is why we didn't adjust loss in rule number 1. I will show you once 3 rules get over. What is rule 3 saying? Balance in reserves and surplus. Let's look at the balance, guys. Opening balance was how much? 2,40,000. Correct? Then current year loss I'm reducing 30. I'm paying how much dividend? 14. Correct? That means after paying dividend, my balance will become how much? Opening 240 minus current year loss minus dividend paid of 14. How much is the balance, guys? Quickly. 1. How many of you use calculator for this? Honestly. 240 minus 30 minus 14. How many of you use calculator? Is it needed? Honestly. Do you need 240 minus 30, 210 minus 14, 196? Do we need calculator, guys? Why are you using it? Don't use a resource just because you have. Simple. Qualified CAs, if I ask them today, what is 7 into 8? Calculator தான் போடுவோம். Because he's been using calculator for everything past 10 years. I don't want you to become like that. First you think if I can do it mentally, then only go to calculator. This and all, if you think you need calculator, 5th standard, guys, we'll go. Pakatla school, government school, 5th standard, they will tell 240 minus 30 minus 14 without calculator. Don't make me repeat this again. So 196 is the balance, correct? How much balance should I have? 15% of paid up share capital. What is my paid up share capital? 15% of 200. How much is that? Without calculator, how much, guys? 30. So what is the rule saying? Now you will understand your doubt. Rule is saying after paying dividend, I should have a balance of how much? But I have a sufficient balance of 196. That means the rule 3 is saying paying 14 is okay. Paying 14 is okay. Now you're understanding. So if you have a doubt, sir, why I'm not adjusting loss in rule 1? It's a cumulative rule effect. So adjusting in rule 2 and reading rule 1, rule 2 and rule 2 together, it's full understanding. Able to follow. So in this sum, the answer is satisfying all the 3 rules. Maximum company can withdraw is only 14 lakhs, and this 14 lakhs follows rule 1 and rule 3. So dividend I can pay is how much? 14 lakhs is the amount of dividend. How many of you genuinely understood? How many of you did not understand? Hands up. Fine. Okay, I'll explain again. Yeah. Rule 2 follow, guys. I'll again repeat quickly. Rule 1, I'll again repeat tomorrow, guys. We are done for the day. Rule 1 is what? 3 follow. Rule 1 is the maximum rate of dividend should be average of last 3 years. What is average of last 3 years? 10.33. Applying 10.33 on 200 lakhs paid up share capital, I'm getting 20 lakhs 660. Understood? Rule 2 says, I can withdraw from my savings. You are saving 20 lakhs. How much I can withdraw? 10% of paid up share capital and free reserves. This is 440 into 10%. I can withdraw 44 lakhs, but subject to reducing my loss. I will reduce my loss, then I can withdraw balance of. This you understood? Rule 3 alone, I'm sure you will have a doubt. Rule 3 enna solran? Very simple. I want you to tell me what is the balance in reserves and surplus after paying dividend. Opening balance 240, adjust current year loss 30, adjust current year dividend paid 14. Balance how much? 196. And then he's saying this balance should be at least 15% of paid up share capital. What is the paid up share capital? 200. 15% is 30. So he's saying required balance is 30. Available balance is 196. So you can proceed. Understood? Instead of 14, see sir, that means this will go down. It will reduce further. Still I can pay dividend because it's more than 30. But rule 1 and rule 2 will fight with me. Able to follow. Choose a number which satisfies all 3 rules. What is this? 14 lakhs. Clear, guys? So quickly to summarize. Sir, what to remember for exam, sir? Which chapter are we in? Loudly, guys. Dividend. It is in which act? Companies Act. Title of Companies Act, which section? 1. Dividend is which section to which section? 123 to 127. Today we saw only little bit of 123. 123 says dividend is recommended by Board of Directors, approved by, paid by. Dividend is paid out of current year profits or a combination of both. When I'm using combination or previous year profits, I will follow rule number. Rule 3 of Companies Act. I will tell you what rule 3, I will tell that tomorrow. Rule 3, how many rules in the rule 3? 3 rules. Rule 1 is, I will take average of last 3 years. Amount I will withdraw should not be less than 10% of paid up share capital and free reserves. My balance in reserves should not fall below 15% of paid up share capital. Sorry? No. Balance in reserves and surplus should be at least 15% of paid up share capital. Should be at least 15% of paid up share capital. Clear, guys? So with this, that's all we learned today, guys. Tomorrow, I got schedule, either it will be 10 to 1 or 7 to 1 fully my class. Tomorrow I'll introduce accounts and law. We will proceed, guys. So see you all tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. In any way, whichever class will come, we'll get the schedule, guys. Thank you all. Are you all okay with the speed? Anybody feels fast, slow? 2-3 class, we'll go. If you have feedback, let me know. I can tune it now itself. If you are giving me feedback on last class, feedback for speed. Okay. So see you all in the next class. Online live. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Any doubts, you can ask me now. Depreciation, why I should reduce?